Imagine a life where you have absolutely no idea what you look like. You know the exact shape of your mother's eyes. You know the exact curve of your best friend's smile. But if someone asked you to draw your own face, you couldn't do it. You don't know if your nose is crooked. You don't know if your jaw is uneven. You don't know if you are beautiful. And more importantly, you don't know if you are ugly. Today, the average person checks their reflection over 70 times a day. We spend billions of dollars on skincare, makeup, and surgeries to fix flaws on our faces. We are obsessed with our own image. But here is the dark truth that history forgot. For 99.9% of human existence, nobody knew what they looked like. And because they couldn't see their own faces, the modern concept of ugliness simply did not exist. Welcome to the mirror curse. This is the story of how a single piece of glass rewired the human brain and invented the concept of hating yourself. For thousands of years, the human face was a complete mystery to its owner. If you lived in ancient times, the only way to see yourself was by looking into a still pool of water. But water is dark, distorted, and constantly moving. It gave you a silhouette, a rough outline, but never a true, detailed image. Later, wealthy Romans and Egyptians created mirrors out of polished bronze or copper. But even these were terrible. They were dark, blurry, and warped your features. It was like looking at a poorly rendered video game character. Because the technology to see a crystal clear reflection simply did not exist, human psychology operated in a completely different way. Your identity wasn't tied to your physical appearance. Your identity was tied strictly to your actions. You were the hunter, the storyteller, the mother, or the warrior. If you had a slightly asymmetrical jawline or pores on your nose, you didn't know, and nobody else cared. Beauty was judged by health, vitality, and your physical contribution to the tribe. You experienced the world purely in the first-person perspective. You looked at the world. You never imagined the world looking at you. You were mentally free from the burden of your own appearance. But all of that was about to be destroyed. In the 16th century, on a small island near Venice, Italy, glassmakers discovered a dangerous new technology. By applying a thin layer of metallic silver to the back of a perfectly flat piece of glass, they created the world's first crystal-clear mirrors. These early Venetian mirrors were incredibly expensive. Only kings, queens, and the ultra-rich could afford them. And historical records show us exactly what happened when people looked into a clear mirror for the very first time. It was terrifying. Imagine being 40 years old and seeing your own face clearly for the very first time in your entire life. Suddenly, you see the wrinkles you didn't know you had. You see that your left eye is slightly lower than your right. You see the blemishes on your skin. The illusion of who you thought you were shatters in an instant. The mirror didn't just reflect an image, it created a split in the human mind. For the first time, you were no longer just the person experiencing the world. You became an object in the world. You started judging yourself the way a stranger would judge you. The concept of vanity was born. Kings began obsessing over their hair. Queens started using toxic lead paint to cover their newly discovered blemishes. The rich became obsessed with fixing their physical flaws. But for a few more centuries, the common people were still safe, until the Industrial Revolution changed everything. By the 19th century, factories began mass-producing mirrors. Suddenly, they were cheap. They were everywhere, in bathrooms, in bedrooms, in hallways, in pocketbooks. Overnight, an entire species was forced to look at itself. This is the exact moment in human history when the modern concept of ugliness was invented. Because humans are naturally designed by evolution to spot anomalies and threats. When we look in a mirror, our brains don't look for what is beautiful. Our brains automatically scan for what is wrong. My nose is too big. My lips are too thin. My face is too round. These are thoughts that an ancient human literally never had. They didn't have the data to hate themselves. But with cheap mirrors everywhere, humanity entered a mass state of physical insecurity. And whenever there is insecurity, there is someone ready to sell you a cure. The cosmetic industry exploded. Companies realized that if they could make you stare at your flaws long enough, you would pay any amount of money to fix them. They didn't just sell soap and powder. They sold the cure to the mirror curse. They defined what perfect looked like, ensuring that no matter how much you bought, you would never actually reach perfection. The mirror had successfully turned your own face into your biggest enemy. But the true psychological nightmare hadn't even started yet. If a physical mirror planted the seed of insecurity, the modern smartphone created a psychological virus. Think about it. A mirror stays on the wall. You look at it, you fix your hair, and you walk away. You go back to living your life in the first person. But the front-facing camera on your phone ensures you can never escape your own image. We are now looking at ourselves during video calls, while recording voice notes, while waiting for a train. We are constantly monitoring our own facial expressions in real time. Our brains are literally glitching. This constant self-monitoring is called self-objectification. It is a psychological state where your brain uses up massive amounts of energy just calculating how you look to other people, leaving you exhausted, anxious, and socially awkward. Furthermore, the smartphone camera is a liar. Because of the short focal length of a phone camera, taking a selfie physically distorts your face. It makes your nose look up to 30% wider and your face look longer than it actually is in real life. You are staring at a distorted, alien version of yourself hundreds of times a day, and your brain is tricking you into believing that this deformed image is the real you. This has led to a massive spike in a condition called body dysmorphic disorder. Plastic surgeons are reporting a terrifying new trend. Patients are no longer bringing in photos of celebrities they want to look like. They are bringing in heavily filtered, edited selfies of themselves, begging the doctor to make them look like a digital illusion that doesn't actually exist. We have trapped ourselves in a hall of mirrors. We gave up the freedom of just being alive and traded it for the anxiety of constantly watching ourselves live. The next time you walk past a mirror or open your front-facing camera, pay attention to what your brain does. Notice how quickly your eyes dart to your biggest insecurity. Notice how your breathing changes. Notice the urge to fix, hide, or adjust yourself. That insecurity isn't naturally yours. You weren't born with it. It was manufactured by a piece of glass, weaponized by algorithms, and sold back to you at a premium. You aren't ugly. You just have too many mirrors.